In this class we are going to understand about methods in Java. So how to write methods? Methods is one of the important subject in what programming. So this in C language, these methods are also called as what? Functions. We call it as what? Functions in C programming language. Okay, but when we come to the Java, we call it as method. So why it is called as method means any function that you write inside the class is called as a method. Okay, so a method is also called as what? Function. A method is a block of code or subprogram that can perform a specific task or operation. So each method is nothing but a small program, and that is going to perform one activity or one functionality it is going to perform, and that is what we call as a method. Okay, then a method is executed when it is called. So it is going to execute when it is what? Called. Let me make you understand this particular thing with the help of an example. Let's say that. Okay, for example, I have a method. Suppose there is a class called as class A is present, and there is a method present here. The method is void, okay, sum. Now this is what we called as a method. Okay, like this, any number of methods a class can have. So this is what we called as a method. So a method is a block of code. Okay, it is a block of code that performs a specific operation. So what type of task it is going to do? Task or operation it is going to do is what? Addition of number, add numbers. That is what we called as, okay, add numbers. Is it okay? Right, like this task. So what is a method? A method is a block of code or sub program that performs a specific task or operation. Okay, and when this particular sum method will be executed, when you call this particular method, for example, let me say that a dot sum. Okay, actually we have to call by using object name. Okay, so let's say that we have to create an object to the A class, and using that object you have to call the method. Okay, so like this, when you call a method, then only this method will be what? Executed. Otherwise the method will not execute. Okay, right. So how many what is the advantage of writing these methods? Now I would like to tell you that what are the different types of what is the advantage that you are going to get with these particular methods. We are going to understand. Okay, what is the advantage? Why we have to write this like this method? Okay, why should not we write the code directly in the main method? Okay, so what is the advantage of writing like this methods? Let us understand. Okay, okay, perfectly we are going to understand. Assume, let's say assume. Okay, so what I'm going to do is import, okay, java dot util dot the scanner class I'm going to use. Let me say that scanner class. Okay, here what I'm going to do is I'm going to create scanner. kb is equal to new of new of scanner. Okay, scanner, like this I have created one object here. Let's say that here I'm going to write system.in. Okay, like this, let me say that system.in. Now what I would like to do is I would like to implement one logic. Okay, add two numbers. Okay, add two numbers logic I would like to apply here. Okay, so I would like to write the logic for adding the two numbers. So what are the variables that we have to create? A variable, comma, b variable, comma, c variable. Let's say that. Then sys out, let me say that sys out. Okay, sys out, I am going to ask here enter. Okay, enter, please enter two numbers. Okay, two numbers, let me say that. Now I read the two numbers. A is equal to kb dot next int. Okay, like this I am now going to read the value for b. Okay, let's say that I am going to read the value for b. Like these two numbers it read completed. Now I am going to do calculation. C is equal to a plus b, and this is out. I am going to write here. Okay, addition is equal to plus what? Let's say that plus what? C. Let's say plus what? C. Okay, right. After that, what I would like to do here it is I would like to go for, okay, square of a number. Now I would like to implement the logic for square of a number. Let's say that square of a number. Okay, number. Then what we need to do again for this logic, we require some variables, integer n comma what, square. Then I have to read a value from keyboard, sys out. Okay, enter number. Okay, fine. Now I am going to read n is equal to, okay, kb dot next int. Okay, right. Then square is equal to n multiplied by n. Then I am going to print on the monitor sys out. Okay, sys out, what I am going to write is square is equal to plus what? Square, like this. Now I am writing. Okay, So the program is very nice, no problem. So here we are implementing the logic for addition of two numbers. Here we are implementing the logic for calculating the square of a number. Now when I run this particular program, what is happening here? So it's asking the two numbers, right? Everything is okay. Let me minimize this one, please. Okay, let us go here the output once again. So let me show you the output once again, right? Okay, now the output is like this. Enter two numbers. The two numbers I am giving 10 and 2 20. Okay, for a 10 and b 20, and I got the addition 30. Addition 30, this logic implemented. Now here it is what, enter a number. The number I am giving here is 5, and press enter. I got a square. Okay, up to here it is okay, fine. This is what, adding the two numbers and square. Now after calculating the square, again I want to add two numbers. Then what we do? Now I have to write this logic once again or not? Same logic I have to rewrite it if I want to add the numbers after this particular square logic. This is. But one thing that we have to notice, please, already here variables created. We should not create the variables again. So no redeclaration of variables. Okay. So this is what happens. Now I am going to implement the logic for addition of two numbers. After this, again I would like to calculate square of a number. Again I have to copy paste this particular code over here like this. Is it clear? So again these variables I am going to delete. So what is happening in this program? Two times I am calculating the addition, two times I am calculating the square, but after adding the two numbers, square it should happen. Again addition of two numbers, again square. This is the way. So for this what I am doing is the same logic code I am copy pasting or not? Yes, this is what we call as duplication of code. This is what, duplication of code. So but when I run the program, it exactly gives the output. See, 10 and 20 first addition, then 5 second first square calculation completed. Again it is asking to add two numbers, therefore 40 and what, 60 I am going to give. Okay, then 9 I am going to give the square. So it is executing the program, but what is the drawback is you are writing the same code again and again or not? Yes, this is nothing but duplication of code. When it is duplication of code, it takes more time to write the program, and the size of the program also increases. Okay, these are the drawbacks. Okay, so without methods, if you write the code like this, means same logic, if you want to use again and again, there will be a duplication of code. To overcome this duplication of code, we are going to use what? Methods. How? Let us understand. So I am going to implement one method. Let me say that how you write a method. Okay, how to write a method similar to main method. We are going to write one method. See, inside the class only we write public static void main. Okay, see, this is what actually the main method here written like this. Okay, but the method name now I am going to change to what? Addition, because it's addition of two numbers logic or not, right? This is add. Don't write this particular thing. Okay, this is what a method. So here the method should contain public static. Okay, just understand like this. Okay, public static does not have a meaning actually. Without this particular thing also you have to write it, but it is not recommended in this case. Please write down control V. So this is what, so this you forget about it. From here the method begins actually. Void add, open a flower base, close a flower base. Here I am going to write. Now here we are going to write the code of method or code, or what we call as logic of method. Okay, what this method should do now? This method should add two numbers or not? Yes. So this addition of two numbers logic I am going to copy, and here I am going to paste. Okay, now this is the thing. So it is an add program, add subprogram or method that performs only addition of two numbers. Okay, now this addition of two numbers I didn't require the code. So see here, this two numbers, addition of two numbers not required. Okay, instead what I can do here, it is wherever you want to use this particular code, you call the method. What's the method name is? Add. This is what? Method call. Okay, this is called as method call like this. So wherever you want you call the method. There that particular method code will be executed. So what is happening? Write once and execute any number of times. This is what is the advantage of methods, and this is known as what? Reusability of code. Okay, so what is reusability? Write once and use or execute any number of times that particular code. Okay, this is called as reusability of code. Now similarly, now we are going to write what another method, public static void square method we are going to write, and here the square logic we are going to copy paste here. So control X, here I am going to paste that particular code. So let me indent here, control shift F. Sorry, this is what okay, fine, let's say that. Okay, fine. So this is what is happening here, it is okay. Now what I do here, it is, let me copy paste it. Here there is one thing that is missed, scanner object is missing. Control C, the scanner statement is missing over here. So this is what I kept. Clear, right? So save it. Now let me here, instead of this particular code, now I can call the method. So what is the method I can call? Square. Okay, then after adding the two numbers, please. Okay, here let me delete it. Right. So first of all, add will be executed, then square will be executed, next again add will be executed, after that again what, square method I want to execute. Like this it is going to execute. Okay, is it okay, please? Right. So okay, so this is what. So like this, what we can do here is, we can write the method code once, and we can call any number of times. This is the advantage. Okay, so let me say that let me run the program, otherwise let me run the program. Okay, let me run the program here. Addition of two numbers, 10 and what, 20. First addition completed. See, first addition completed. Again I am calculating the square. There is what, 5. Okay, square completed. Again it is calling the add method, therefore again asking two numbers. Okay, 5 and 3, that's it. Again it is calling the square function, square method, I am giving 8, therefore 64. Okay, like this. So this program is executed very similar to that of the previous one. Okay, the main advantage is, write the method once and call that method any number of times, from anywhere you can call, and this concept is known as reusability of code. So this is the main advantage that you are going to get. Okay, so what is the advantage, what is the main advantage of the method is reusability of code, means write once, execute any number of times. So this particular another advantage is what, removes duplication of code and size of program reduces. These are the two main advantages that you are going to get with what, methods. Okay, and we have different types of methods. That is, default methods are no parameterized methods. Okay, or parameterized methods, second one is. Okay, then methods returning a value. Like these three types of methods we have. Okay, based upon its behavior. Okay, these three types of methods are there. The first type of method we are going to understand, default methods, are no parameterized methods. Okay, so what is this no parameterized method? No parameterized method means a method without parameters and not returning a value is called what, default method. Okay, a default method is one which does not have parameters. See, no parameters, this is what we call as no params. Okay, no params. And the return type should be no return type, means it should be void. Okay, return type is void, and here you should write method name, and there should be no parameters, means nothing should be present here. Okay, and open the flower base, close the flower base, and you can write the code of the method. Okay, so the best example is, this is the default method. So what is this method is, this is what we call as default method. Okay, default method, I can say that these methods are what, default method. Okay, control X, I am going to place here, this is the default method. Clear? And this is also default method, please. Right? So this is method creation. Okay, this is a method creation. So this method is also called as definition. Okay, definition of method, or what we call as called method. So remember, please, actually it is a default method, but when you write the logic inside the method, and such method is called what, definition of method. Definition of method. Okay, we are defining the logic of the method. Okay, this is definition of method, and that method you can call by its name. Okay, what is the name of this method is add. So by using that name you can call the method. Okay, and therefore this statement is called as method call. Okay, method call. So whenever you are calling a method, it goes here, and this method it will execute, and it will get back over here, right? Like this, any number of times you can call. So these are method calls, and these are called as definition of methods, or also called as called methods. Okay, remember the terminology. Okay, right. So this is the best example. Now I am copy paste this particular program in my okay, this is what I'm making the notes. This is what program. Let me give the small program on this particular thing. So paste it. Okay, so now what I am going to recommend here, it is I am going to give some practice programs. Okay, now what are the practice programs that you have to do? Let's say that practice programs I am going to give on this particular thing. Okay, first practice program is like okay, right, first program is right, uh, write methods to calculate 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 area of triangle and area of circle, okay, using methods. Means you have to write the methods like this. What the methods you should write? Public, static, okay, static, void, like triangle. Okay, here you write the code for, you have to write the code for calculation of area of triangle. Similarly, write another method like static, void, okay, circle, where here you are going to write the code for calculation of area of circle, and in the main method you call this particular triangle and circle. Okay, so this is what you are going to write the program. Then second program also I can give you. Okay, write a method to calculate okay, a plus b whole square. Okay, a plus b whole square, this is what a plus b whole square method also you can write. What's the method that you write here? It is, the method is like public static void main. Okay, sorry, public static void, what I can say that ab square. Okay, ab square, let me say the method, and here you write the code. Okay, like this you write the code. This is a practice program that I am giving. Okay, right.